Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz getting engaged just 6 months into dating is honestly the first major red flag in this whole story. Brooklyn, born March 4th, 1999, is now 27 years old. Nicola, born January 9th, 1995, is now 31 years old. She's actually 4 years older than him. They first met in 2019 at Coachella through Nicola's brother. They went Instagram official in January 2020. Then Brooklyn proposed in July 2020, which was just about 6 to 8 months after they started dating. He confirmed the engagement on Instagram, saying, "2 weeks ago, I asked my soulmate to marry me, and she said yes." He was just 21 years old at the time. Nicola was 25. Now, honestly, some couples know quickly. That's fair, but Brooklyn was clearly still figuring out who he was as an adult. Then Brooklyn also took Nicola's surname when they married, becoming Brooklyn Joseph Peltz Beckham. He told E! News Daily Pop, "Not many guys take their wives' names, so I was just like, why not?" That level of commitment at 22 is reportedly unusual. Speed matters. The pace was intense. Victoria Beckham reportedly hijacking Brooklyn's first dance at his own wedding is honestly one of the wildest wedding stories ever told. Brooklyn and Nicola married on April 9th, 2022 in a Jewish ceremony under a floral chuppah at Nelson Peltz's oceanfront estate in Palm Beach, Florida. Hello magazine put the wedding cost at around $3 million. Then, this January, Brooklyn dropped a 6-part Instagram story statement on January 19th, 2026, with brutal allegations. His exact claim about the wedding? Victoria hijacked his first dance with Nicola and danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. Bombshell. There's actually reported corroboration from the wedding entertainment team. The couple's wedding DJ, named Tony, told ITV on January 23rd, 2026, that singer Mark Anthony invited the most beautiful woman in the room to the stage, but reportedly said Victoria's name.
Mark Anthony asks the most beautifulest woman in the room to come to the stage, and then he says Victoria,
leaving Nicola crying her eyes out. Finance Monthly reported similarly, saying Mark Anthony performed as a wedding gift and praised Victoria as the most beautiful woman in the room, without acknowledging Nicola, reportedly leaving the bride in tears. That's absolutely devastating for a bride at her own wedding. Wild dynamics from day one. Nelson Peltz suing the wedding planners is reportedly one of the messiest post-wedding lawsuits in celebrity history. Nelson Peltz is Nicola's billionaire father and founder of Tryon Fund Management. He paid for basically the entire $3 million wedding. 3 sets of wedding planners actually cycled through the 2022 wedding. Celebrity planner Preston Bailey stepped down about 6 weeks before the ceremony. Nicole Bragan and Ariana Grijalba of Plan Design Events were hired next, but got fired after just 9 days. When Plan Design Events refused to return the $159,000 deposit, Nelson Peltz sued them. He alleged the planners seriously misrepresented their skills and abilities. Then, in February 2023, Plan Design Events countersued Nelson for breach of contract, seeking around $50,000 plus costs. They also named Nicola and mother Claudia Peltz as third-party defendants. The lawsuit exposed embarrassing behind-the-scenes texts, including claims that Claudia wanted to hide from Nelson that Nicola's hair and makeup cost over $100,000, and that Victoria was to be kept unaware of planning mistakes. In September 2023, both the claim and counterclaim were dismissed, and the parties settled. Wild court fallout for one wedding. Brooklyn Beckham skipping his own dad, David Beckham's massive 50th birthday celebration reportedly proved the family rift was completely out of control. David Beckham was born May 2nd, 1975. He turned 50 on May 2nd, 2025. His actual 50th birthday party was reportedly held on May 3rd, 2025 at London's Core restaurant. It was a massive family celebration. Brooklyn and Nicola actually flew back to the US just hours before the party, according to TMZ and Fox News. That's such an intentional snub. Then Brooklyn also skipped David's November 2025 knighthood ceremony, which was a huge honor for the entire Beckham family. He missed the October 2025 premiere of Victoria's Netflix documentary. He missed Inter Miami's December 2025 MLS Cup win, which was David's soccer club moment. He and Nicola then spent Christmas 2025 with the Peltz family instead of the Beckhams. Then, in December 2025, Brooklyn's younger brother, Cruz Beckham, posted on Instagram that Brooklyn had blocked the entire family, saying, "They woke up blocked. As did I. Massive statement. So Brooklyn was reportedly systematically cutting off every single Beckham family event over multiple months. This wasn't accidental. It was deliberate distance. Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz renewing their vows without inviting any of the Beckham family is honestly one of the most brutal statements a son can make. Brooklyn and Nicola renewed their vows on Saturday, August 2nd, 2025, at the Peltz family estate in Westchester County, New York. Nicola's dad, Nelson Peltz, personally officiated the ceremony. Nicola wore a repurposed version of her mother, Claudia's 1985 wedding dress. Guests included actor Adrian Brody, Georgina Chapman, fashion designer Alexander Wang, and Oliver Trevina. Around 200 people attended the ceremony and after party. 0 Beckhams were there. Not David, not Victoria, not Romeo, not Cruz, not Harper. Reports say the Beckham family actually learned about the entire vow renewal through the media after it happened. Brutal. Brooklyn told People magazine afterward, "It was beautiful. We just wanted a really beautiful experience. I could renew my vows every single day with her." So Brooklyn deliberately created a major family moment specifically to symbolize his commitment to the Peltz family over the Beckham family. That kind of intentional exclusion sends an unmistakable message. He was reportedly choosing his in-laws entirely over his birth family. Genuinely painful family dynamics. Brooklyn Beckham publicly blocking his entire family on Instagram in December 2025 is honestly one of the most drastic public rejections. Brooklyn officially posted his brutal 6-part Instagram story statement on January 19th, 2026. His exact opening words, "I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life." Then the accusations got heavier. Brooklyn alleged Victoria canceled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour before their 2022 wedding. He also claimed his parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. Brooklyn also alleged that the night before the wedding, family members reportedly said Nicola was not blood and not family. David Beckham declined to comment when asked by Sky News at Davos on January 20th, 2026. Victoria has not addressed the specific allegations point by point. She did give a brief general comment in WSJ magazine on April 16th, 2026, saying, "We've always tried to be the best parents that we can be."
I'm so lucky that we are such a close family.
So both sides are basically in conflict. Brooklyn Beckham refusing to reconcile with his parents despite multiple attempts is honestly the sad part of this whole story. In April 2026, The Cut reported that David and Victoria Beckham personally offered to meet Brooklyn anywhere, potentially with lawyers, the Peltz parents, siblings, a therapist, a mediator present to help facilitate the meeting. Brooklyn reportedly did not respond. On June 12th, 2026, David received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Tom Cruise gave the induction speech. Brooklyn did not attend. When a reporter asked David about the family rift, he shut it down cold, saying, "That's a private matter. That's the one thing that I don't want to talk about." Then, around the same time, Brooklyn appeared in a DoorDash ad, joking about watching the 2026 FIFA World Cup from home for a complicated long story reason. That's reportedly a direct swipe at his dad. Also on June 12th, 2026, Brooklyn's 14-year-old sister, Harper Beckham, reportedly personally visited Brooklyn's Beverly Hills home to hand-deliver a letter. Brooklyn and Nicola were in New York and not home. Their representative told Hello the visit was choreographed for the cameras. 0 movement toward peace.